No one really prepares you for this. History doesn't offer mercy to a man who chooses the wrong partner. It doesn't care how charming she seemed or how stunning she looked. What matters in the end are the consequences. And for many men, white shirts and cold and the time they realize the cost, it's already far too late. They're standing over the grave of the life they could have had. Centuries ago, Machiavelli saw the truth clearly. The downfall of powerful men wasn't written in the stars. It began with a single poor decision. Consider this a final warning and a guide to avoid the quiet, steady collapse that history never mourns. History doesn't cheer for the man who made the wrong choice in love. It doesn't care if he believed she was kind or if he truly loved her. It ignores good intentions. It cares about what came of it, the outcome, and often the result is tragic. A man who once had big dreams finds himself trapped in a life he never wanted, watching those dreams fade away, all because he allowed the wrong person into his life. Here's the hard truth. By the time he realizes the mistake, he's already too far in. He's invested emotionally, financially, and mentally in someone who never truly supported his growth. And now he's left to piece together the fragments of a life that's slipping through his hands. Most men are never warned. Their mothers don't tell them. Their friends might not notice. And society? It profits from keeping them blind, selling idealized versions of love that weaken them. But Machiavelli knew better. He understood that great men don't fall by chance. Their ruin often begins with a single, seemingly innocent choice. A decision that looked beautiful on the surface, but was hiding a trap beneath. This is the uncomfortable reality. Choosing the wrong partner can cost you everything. And if you can't recognize the signs, you may find yourself watching your own potential disappear while history remains unmoved. Machiavelli didn't write for men who wanted to dream. He wrote for those who wanted to lead. And he saw something that many overlook today. Every woman you meet will fall into one of two categories. She'll either uplift you, fueling your success, or she'll drain you, pulling you further from your purpose. There is no neutral zone. It's not about waiting for her to grow or figure it out. It's clear-cut. She either adds to your life or takes from it. Many men don't want to admit it, but there are women who've mastered the art of pretending to support you while subtly holding you back. They know how to say the right words, offer a sweet smile, and still distract you from your goals. They praise your ambition while quietly derailing your drive. If you aren't paying close attention, if you don't have the strength to see beyond the surface, you'll mistake this for love. You'll think she's helping you when in reality, she's quietly draining your energy. Let's be clear, this isn't about resentment toward women. It's about clarity. It's about knowing how to recognize a partner who truly supports your vision versus one who slowly chips away at your confidence. Choosing wisely isn't about being harsh. It's about defending your future, protecting your mission, and preserving your energy. Because the right woman will challenge you to grow and celebrate your victories. The wrong one will leave you doubting yourself day after day. So observe closely. Watch how she reacts to your goals. See how she responds when you're chasing something meaningful. A good partner will amplify your strength. A bad one will drain it quietly with a smile. Learn to tell the difference. Your future depends on it. Machiavelli once said, He who seeks to deceive will always find someone who allows himself to be deceived. Let that sit for a moment. It means no matter how intelligent or disciplined you think you are, if you're chasing love blindly, especially if you're looking for someone to complete you, or focusing only on appearance, there will always be someone ready to take advantage of that vulnerability. A man who chooses based only on beauty has already surrendered his power. He may not see the consequences immediately, but they're coming. And when they do, the impact is brutal. He's like a ruler who unlocked the gates of his own kingdom just because someone smiled at him. And by the time he realizes the danger, it's already inside the walls. The enemy within, the real threat, doesn't always come from outside. It often begins within. The enemy might already be inside, quietly dismantling everything you've worked so hard to build. And here's the truth. The danger isn't just about her. It's about your own inability to see clearly. Most men are raised to chase appearances and ignore substance. Society conditions them to believe that beauty guarantees value, but appearances can deceive. They fade, and they distract from what truly matters. A true leader doesn't let emotion masquerade as opportunity. He doesn't let charm walk past his defenses disguised as loyalty. He understands that a woman doesn't have to be loud or confrontational to derail his path. All she has to do is shift his focus. She may not destroy him overnight. Instead, she chips away, slowly questioning his goals, labeling his discipline as controlling, undermining his drive. And before he even realizes it, he's traded his vision, his purpose, and his energy for her comfort. This is how so many men fall. Not because she's malicious, but because he stopped seeing the truth. He let himself be fooled by appearances, and by the time he wakes up, the damage is already done. A wise man guards his path. He doesn't open his gates to anything that threatens his mission. He looks past the surface. Because the man who can see through illusions is the man who stays in command of his destiny. When choosing a partner, a discerning man knows that the most important question isn't, is she attractive? It's, can she walk alongside my mission without trying to control it? That's the true measure of character. That's what separates a partner who helps you grow from one who slowly breaks you down. Many men overlook this. They fall for beauty or soft words and assume they've found their match. But when the cracks begin to show, when their life starts to unravel, they realize too late that she doesn't align with their vision. Here's a principle that can save you from regret. Never choose a woman who disrespects your leadership. It doesn't matter how gentle she sounds or how captivating she looks. If she challenges your authority without wisdom or grace, she's not the right one. A woman who can't walk beside you without constantly competing will drain your spirit. She won't be your teammate, she'll be your rival. She'll question your judgment, undermine your decisions, and slowly erode your self-belief. That's why character matters more than charm. You need to know, can she support your strength, or will she try to reshape you into her idea of love? A woman who truly respects your mission will uplift you. She'll sharpen your focus, not weaken it. But the wrong one, she'll sap your drive, cloud your vision, and leave you doubting the man you were meant to become. So ask the right question now before it's too late. Because the wrong woman won't just delay your progress. She'll derail your future. You might think you can handle her drama. You might believe love is enough to fix everything. But the moment you choose her, you may have already handed over something far more precious, your authority. You'll call it compromise, you'll label it teamwork. But deep down, something essential has been given away, and Machiavelli warned us, when a man surrenders his power, the game is already lost. Here's how it begins. A woman will test your limits. She'll challenge your boundaries not to harm you, but to see if you'll hold the line. If you don't, if you yield too easily, she'll lose respect. She may not leave right away. Instead, she'll remain just long enough to dismantle you from the inside. Your energy fades, your confidence erodes, your purpose blurs. And when you're nothing like the man you used to be, she'll look at you and say, "You've changed." But the truth is, you didn't change, you collapsed. And she witnessed it. This isn't about being rigid or cold-hearted. It's about understanding the balance of power. Because when you give away your authority, you lose the ability to lead. And once that control is gone, reclaiming it is nearly impossible. One of the most common mistakes men make is thinking they can talk their way into respect. They believe if they say the right things, act gently, and show endless understanding, they'll earn loyalty. But respect doesn't work like that. A woman respects a man who holds his ground, who leads with quiet confidence, and doesn't apologize for his strength. She doesn't follow because he's always agreeable. She follows because he stands for something and stands firm when it matters most. This is the part many men don't see. When she tests you, she's not always trying to break you sometimes. She's trying to see if you'll stand up for your values. If you cave just to keep the peace, you've already lost. You've shown that your leadership is flexible, your standards negotiable. But if you respond calmly with clarity and strength, you earn something far more powerful than attention. You earn respect. Woman feels safest with a man whose direction isn't swayed by her moods, tears, or charm. Deep down, she wants to see that you can steer both yourself and, when necessary, her through trouble without flinching. So don't posture or play games. Plant your feet. The respect you're looking for will arrive on its own. Pay attention when the rush of novelty fades, after the surprises, gifts, and constant messages slow down. Anyone can be warm and affectionate when life is exciting. Real life, though, is often routine. Ask yourself, in the calm, does she bring peace, or does she manufacture tension just to feel a spark? A partner who must always be entertained will ignite conflict the moment patience is required. She'll pick fights over trivia, complain about minor flaws, or poke at your insecurities just to keep the energy high. That noise will steal your focus and drain your mission. A good partner respects the slower seasons. She knows quiet stretches are when foundations are laid. She can enjoy uneventful days without stirring chaos. A reckless partner can't stand the lull. Should gladly burn everything for a jolt of excitement. Study her when life is ordinary. That's when her true nature appears, revealing whether she's a teammate or a storm in hiding. Culture loves to preach that a woman's history is irrelevant, and that asking about it makes you insecure. Believe that, and you could pay with your peace and your future. A person's patterns rarely vanish because they met someone new. If she's betrayed partners before, what guarantees loyalty now? If she's leapt from one relationship to the next, chasing novelty, Why assume you'll be the one she suddenly stays with? She isn't starting from scratch with you. She's honing habits she already practices. Her track record is a roadmap, giving you a clear look at what lies ahead. A trail of drama and broken trust is likely to continue unless she has done real, proven work to change. Don't cast yourself as the exception. Study her history. It will show you, almost scene for scene, the future you're volunteering for. The illusion of immunity. The moment you believe you're the exception, you're already part of the pattern. That's why paying close attention to her past isn't about judgment, it's about self-preservation. The clearest forecast of your future with her is found in the history she's already written. If she mocks your ambitions or dismisses your dreams, she's not your ally, she's quietly working against you. She might smile on the surface, but when you need genuine support, she'll be the one pulling you down. Restlessness isn't harmless. In a partner, it often signals deeper issues that lead to betrayal, conflict, and emotional instability. A woman who can't handle peace and quiet will stir up chaos just to feel alive. And if you allow her to cross your boundaries without any real consequences, she'll keep doing it, chipping away at your confidence, your purpose, and your identity. If her attention-seeking requires you to constantly entertain, reassure, or pursue her approval, understand this. Respect will vanish. She sees you as someone she can manipulate. Your standards aren't optional. They are the foundation that protects your vision, energy, and path. If she can't respect those, she doesn't belong in your life. There's one lesson every man must absorb. If she doesn't believe she could lose you, she won't truly value you. When a woman is convinced that no matter how she behaves, you'll always stick around, she stops seeing you as a man of strength and starts treating you like a fallback. Think about it. What costs nothing is rarely valued. If she can disregard your boundaries, belittle your purpose, or ignore your needs and still have your loyalty, she won't respect you. She'll see you as easy to bend, someone she can shape to her will dot. So what's the answer? Be unwavering in your expectations. Set clear limits and be prepared to walk away if they're not honored. This isn't about threats or control. It's about self-respect. True respect comes not from fear, but from seeing that you know your worth and are willing to uphold it. When a woman realizes you're willing to leave rather than compromise your core, she sees your strength. She understands you're not dependent on her approval, and that makes her take you seriously. Loyalty is built on that foundation. A woman can only follow a man she respects, and she only respects the man who respects himself enough to stand firm. There's a truth many men need to hear. No woman is your life's purpose. Your true purpose is your mission, your goals, your legacy, your impact. A woman can enhance that path or pull you off it, but she can never replace it. Many men fall because they place her at the center of their universe, and the moment she senses that, she'll test your strength. She'll challenge your leadership to see if you're truly grounded. Most men fail this test. They surrender their principles, abandon their focus, and start seeking validation. That's when they lose the very essence of what made them powerful in the first place. Don't be that man. Machiavelli didn't write for the passive or the easily swayed. He wrote for those who understand that every relationship either fuels your greatness or undermines it. There is no neutral influence. Be wise. Don't let emotion cloud your vision. Choose with discernment and protect what you're building. A true king doesn't chase approval or settle for leftovers. Step back and observe who she is when you're not around, because anyone can play the part when the spotlight's on. The real test lies in her actions when no one's watching. Choose wisely. Lead with conviction. Remember this: a man who's afraid of losing his purpose will always outgrow the one who's afraid of losing a woman. A man driven by purpose can overcome anything. He builds, leads, and leaves a legacy. If something in this message stirred something inside you, don't brush it off. Maybe you've felt that quiet, unsettling feeling in your gut, the realization that you handed too much of your power to the wrong woman. Maybe you've watched your goals fade because you made her the center of your world instead of your mission. Every man faces this moment eventually. It's a hard truth that history has repeated again and again. No woman is your ultimate purpose. Your real purpose is your mission, your ambition, your legacy, the reason you get out of bed each day. A woman can support that mission, or she can derail it, but she can never replace it. Many men believe that keeping her happy will make everything else fall into place. They give, hoping eventually she give back. But here's what they miss. The moment you place her above your own mission, she begins to test you. Not out of cruelty, but instinct. She's asking, are you strong enough to lead me, or will you yield to me? Too often, men yield. They trade their strength for approval, their direction for comfort. And in doing so, they lose not only their sense of self, but also her respect. If you've looked in the mirror and wondered where your edge went, it's time to face the truth. This message isn't about blame. It's about reclaiming control. It's about choosing leadership over dependency, purpose over distraction. Machiavelli didn't write for the timid. He wrote for men who wanted to lead, to conquer, to leave their mark. Not just to survive, but to rule their domain. Every woman you allow into your life is doing one of two things: sharpening your focus or dulling your edge. There's no neutral effect. So trust that instinct deep inside the one that's been urging you to take your power back. It's telling you to refocus, to choose more deliberately, and to build a life where your mission always comes first. Because the man who fears losing his mission, that's the man who shapes the world. Real strength isn't about acting untouchable. It's about knowing where you're vulnerable and fiercely guarding it. Honor her strength, yes, but never forget to honor your own even more. Because in the end, no one can control your mind or your direction unless you hand them the keys.